Kayo po ay nakikinig sa Adventist World Radio, Mapandan 105.7 FM. Tinig ng pag-asa. Mariing nagsasabing sa Jesus ay tiyak na muling darating, kaya't kaibigan, humanda kang siya'y salubungin.
Ito ang Tinig ng Pag-asa, isang palatuntunang masayang nagsasabing si Kristo'y muling darating. Tiyak na darating at malapit nang dumating. Kaya't kaibigan, humanda kang siya'y salubungin.
atin ngayong hapong ito. At bago tayo magsimula, batihin muna natin ang ating tagapakinig sa hapong ito. At maraming salamat Ma'am Ruela Domingo for that. Okay, Sir Richard, kung makikinig ka man ngayon, agbuya kalata, winagdingeg kalata. Okay, maraming salamat din po kay Ina Bravo, Denise, Joseph Gian at sa mga estudyante kong nakikinig sa ngayon. And now, you are welcome to AWR 105.7 FM Mapandan. Our topic for this afternoon ay our world, design, or chance. Na-design ba ang mundo? Or by chance nga ba? Bago tayo magsimula ay tayo muna ay manalangin. Panginoong Ama naming nasa langit, maraming salamat Panginoon sa pagkakataong ito na inyong binigay sa amin. Panginoon, amin pong pinapanalangin ang mga taong nakikinig ngayon sa AWR 105.7. Na sana po Panginoon ay bigyan niyo po sila ng ang pagkakataon upang makapag-meditate sa kanilang mga sarili Panginoon at makinig sa usaping ito Panginoon. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa iyong pagmamahal. At sana po Panginoon ay isa po kami sa karapat dapat na mapunta sa iyong banal na kaharian. Ito po ang aming hiling sa pantamis na pangalan ni Jesus. Okay, we are going to discuss about the origin of life. People who have questions about the origin of life usually end up with one, two, or there's a lot of answers. But either life was created by divine or life developed naturally. Okay, so it is either happened by design or chance. There are two types of theories na ating mga pinag-uusapan. Pero ang pag-usapan po natin ngayon ay the creation and evolution are the major models of the origin of life. Usually, people think of creationism as being totally unscientific na ang creationism ay unscientific. Take note, creationism is unscientific and evolution as being totally non-religious. But anyway, that's not accurate. We say that something is scientific when it's testable and repeatable. When anyone can repeat the test and get the same result, the law of gravity. Alam po natin ang the law of gravity ay isang magandang example. You and I or anyone can drop an object and test the gravity, and no matter what we drop, the law of gravity will take effect in some way. Scientifically speaking, everything is explainable by natural means. Okay, kapag ikaw ay maghulog ng bagay, kahit anumang bagay, ay ang gravity ang magte-take effect po doon. Siya po ang magkukuhan doon sa gravity na yon, sa nalaglag. But we say something is religious when it depends on force beyond nature. Beyond nature po, with the supernatural, to explain the world instead of being able to prove that such things are correct. They are accepted on faith. That means we believe in supernatural being. We believe in God. A good example is that, listeners, the story of manna. Okay, I know you know that story. Yung story po ng paglaglag po ng manna mula po sa langit. As recorded in the book of Exodus. When the children of Israel needed food, it appeared like dew on the grass. Obviously, guys, there is no scientific explanation for a thing like that. Why? Just because that is a miracle. That is a supernatural. Kapag ikaw ay mayroong paniniwala na sabihin po natin na ang Panginoon ang siyang nagbigay sa manang iyon sa mga Israelites para ito ay gawing pagkain. Okay, we are going to discuss again the evolution. The theory of evolution. Ano nga po ba ang theory of evolution? Evolution teaches that life began from mixtures of non-living chemicals rather. Okay, mixtures of non-living chemicals. Completely by chance, those chemicals were combined in the right way. This life forms develop new organs and abilities as needed to survive. Okay, those ideas ay scientific, meron po yung mga scientific explanation na ginagawa po ng evolutions. But you know, listeners, sa aking mga magiliw na tagapakinig sa hapong ito, that is why evolutions demands million and even billions of years to explain the origin of life. When it's depending on chemicals to accidentally get together at hindi po nila maipoprove ito na meron pong chemicals na nag-combine together. Hindi po nila maipoprove yon na nagkaroon na po kaagad ng buhay. Okay, and it's there are two types of evolution. Ang two types of evolution, I take note, the macroevolution. Macroevolution. Ano nga po ba ang macroevolution? In macroevolution, life is seen as undergoing continual changes to genetic mutation. Okay, mutations occur when radiations causes changes within the cells of a species. These changes cause difference, for example, a change of your hair, your eye color. Okay, the small one to a larger one. Okay, increase or decrease in size. Yan po yung mga examples po ng macroevolution. And ang isang magandang example po dito ay the example of Charles Darwin. The theory of Charles Darwin. Ano nga po ba ang theory ni Charles Darwin? Ang theory po ni Charles Darwin is yung galing ka sa ape, unggoy, to human. Na-develop po siya papuntang tao. Okay, just because they want to survive. Para makapag-survive and they adapt yung mundo natin ngayon. According to the macroevolution, with enough time, this change allow species to change so much in order for them to survive. And nowadays, evolutionaries, they believe that the descendants of dinosaurs is birds. Bakit? Because they believe those dinosaurs who mutated the ability to grow feathers and fight to survive. Pero yung mga mahihina na nag-mutate ay sila po ay mga namamatay. So, yun po ang kanilang pinapaniwalaan. While many scientists believe that macroevolutions give us the many species of animals we find in our world today, it is important to point out that macroevolution has never been witnessed. Wala po silang nakikitang transition o wala man lang po silang nahukay ng mga fossils nowadays na transition ng isang reptile to birds. Wala po silang nahukay na ganun to prove na meron pong macroevolution na nangyari. But even if macroevolution is process that takes millions of years, it is reasonable to assume that some species should be in this traditional form today. Okay, and the second one is the microevolution. Ano nga po ba ang microevolution? Para alam ko po, kapag narinig po ninyo ang micro ay maliit. Okay, so pag-aaralan po natin ngayon yan. Okay, when populations of animals or plants cut off from other of their species or the kinds. For example is the Galapagos Island of iguanas. Natatagpuan po ito sa Western or Central America. Iguanas are typically land-dwelling. Alam po naman po natin, ang mga iguanas po ay mga land-dwelling. Sila po ay mga kumakain po ng mga insekto at kumakain din po ng halaman. But when times pass by, ang nangyari po ay natuyo ang kanilang mga pagkain sa isang island. And they want to survive. Wala po silang magagawa. At kailangan po nilang makapag-survive. Pero ang ginawa ng mga iguanas na mga ito, in order for them to survive, ay they dive under water to find and eat the algae. Nag-dive po sila doon sa water in order for them to eat yung mga algae at ngayon po ay kanilang mga pagkain ngayon. So, kapag doon po ang pinapakita ang microevolution na meron lang pong maliit na pagbabago. Ang pagbabagong ito ay nag-adapt lang po ng year, hindi po millions or billions of years. And kapag ang iguanang ito ay nagkaroon po or na-develop po ang kanyang organs. Okay, yung kanilang organs at nagkaroon po siya ng wings in order for them to fly to other island to search for the foods. Pero hindi po nangyari yon. Hindi po sila nagkatubo ng pakpak para makalipad papunta doon sa isang island. Kung nagkapakpak man sila, ang tawag doon ay macroevolution. Kasi nagkaroon po sila ng pakpak, meron pong transition na nangyari, meron pong pagbabagong malaking nangyari na nagkaroon po sila ng pakpak. Pero hindi po sila nagkaroon ng pakpak. That's why tinawag pong microevolution. Okay, and we are going to summarize the belief of evolution. There are 4 summary of evolutions. Number 1, no superior power was involved with the origin of the earth or the universe. And number 2, all life originated by natural mechanical process completely by chance that are capable of being explained the laws of chemistry and physics. And number 3, began millions of years ago, and through macroevolution, all life forms today evolved from the original life, and the mutations of new organs and abilities has allowed new species to survive. So, if you believe sa macroevolution, naniniwala ka pa din na ikaw ay mag-i-evolve pa until now. Meron kasi ang evolution ay continuous. Okay, nag-continue po siya na mag-i-evolve. And then the number 4 ay all species continue to evolve and change with the weak, and those weak, okay, yung mga may hihina, ay sila po ay namamatay. If you are strong, di makakapag-survive ka. Yun po ang kanilang pinapaniwalaan sa evolution. But in creationism, is a completely religious. What do you think? Kapag creationism, religious ba yan? Okay, creationists believe that a higher power, our God, spoke into physical matters into existence as He created the universe. Most creationists believe in microevolution. May mga creationists din po that they believe in microevolution, that living forms of do change, but not progressive one. But it is very limited. In order for them to, what? Prove na meron din po kasi nilang ipinoprove na nagkaroon po ng worldwide flood. Alam po naman natin ang worldwide flood na nangyari or described in Genesis, in the book of Genesis, na madami pong nag-flood po, tapos nagkaroon po ng adaptation. Nag-adapt po sila in order for them to survive. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga hayop at mga halaman. Okay, at ang creationism, they can point to a specific as well as scientific facts like this. Okay, meron po silang mga scientific na pinagbabatayan. Number 1, ay meron po silang tinatawag na seashells and rock form under yung mga seashells na meron pong natatagpuan lang po ito sa underwater, pero natatagpuan po ito ngayon sa kabundukan. Okay, natatagpuan po ito sa kabundukan. Yung mga seashells mga rocks formation na natatagpuan lang po doon sa underwater, pero ngayon ay natatagpuan po sila ngayon sa tuktok ng bundok. Okay, number 2, many rocks formation have been identified as turbidites. Okay, turbidites are formed by underwater mud. Okay, kapag nagka-flood at meron po mga anong tawag nito? Yung tubig na meron pong dala-dala na bato, yun po yung unang malalaglag at susunod po ay buhangin at susunod po ay mud. At kapag ito ay natuyo ay titigas po siya at magkakaroon po siya ng parang stone. Para siyang layered sedimentary rock. And then the number 3 is many rocks formations over vast areas like the Morrison Formation, in which many dinosaurs fossils have been discovered. As in western United States, meron pong mga dinosaurs fossils na natatagpuan po doon sa western United States. And the theories of creation, while most Christians believe in creationism, there are several different basic theories. Okay, the basic theories range from an attempt to blend creation with evolution. Okay, there are 4 or 5 theories of creationism. Okay, number 1, theistic evolution. Ano nga po ba ang theistic evolution? Once again, theistic evolution, this theory is probably the most widely held belief for the origin of life. Okay, it seeks to blend interpretations of modern science and evolutions without eliminating God. Okay. Pero andon pa rin ang Panginoon na gumawa just because He created the first cell of life. Then, He stepped back and allowed evolution to take over. Yun po ang pinapanawalaan po ng theistic evolution. Ang Panginoon ay create lang niya po ang first cell, tapos step back na siya, umalis na po siya at pinabayaan na lang po niya ang evolution to take over. So yun po ang pinapaniwalaan ng theistic evolution. And theistic evolution is this theory is God created the first drop. Okay, first drop. Then step back and allowed evolution to take over. Halos parehas lang po sila ng theistic evolution. It also accept the story of Genesis. They accept also the story of Genesis as myth and fables. Of course, this theory is incorrect. Kasi nga, yung paniniwala ng creations ay ginawa lang pong myth and fables. And then number 3 is pantheistic evolution. Ano nga po ba ang pantheistic evolution? Pantheistic evolution is the belief that God is everything. Na-discuss po natin nung nakaraang discussion natin sa RBI din, the 4 worldviews about God. Ang pantheistic evolution is everything. God is a force inside all of us. Nakatira lang po sa ating sarili, nakatira lang po sa mga puno, at lahat po ng na-create dito sa mundo ay andoon ang Panginoon. Yun ka ang pinapaniwalaan ng pantheistic evolution. How about the progressive creation? Yung progressive creation, that is number 4. This theory states that God created the earth and all life na nandito sa mundong ibabaw ay create po niya. Okay, during 6 days vast periods of time. Okay, these 6 days of creations in the Bible are seen as symbolic. The fossils in rocks are considered to be creatures. But it is very conflict to the theory of the origin of 7th day, the Sabbath. Okay, it is conflict to the creations of the 7th day the Sabbath. Okay, and the number 5 is the special creation. This theory is the most straightforward interpretations of the first two chapters of Genesis. Chapter 1, in Genesis chapter 1, gusto kong basahin sa inyo yung book of Genesis. Kasi sabi dito, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Verse 4, God saw the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning. So, yun po ang parte ng evolution. Basahin niyo po doon sa first chapter po ng Genesis. So, here God is presented as the creator of both the non-living and living matters. In our solar system, in the universe, the biblical records states that life and all forms in this planet were created in 6 literal days, not 6 long period of time. Okay, 6 literal days na pinag-create po sa mundo. Hindi po ito sa 6 long periods of time. Okay, the supremacy of human being is the result of being created in the image of God. Create ka ng Panginoon sa nakawangis niya, rather than evolving from lower primates or yung mga unggoy. And in the book of Genesis chapter verse 26, then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea, and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. And verse 27, it says, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. So meron Panginoon na siyang naglalang ng buhay. Yon ang ating pinapaniwalaan bilang special creation, na meron tayong pinapaniwalaan na merong Panginoon na siyang naglalang. And always remember, Genesis chapter 2 verse 1 to 3. Thus the heaven and the earth were complete in all their vast array. And verse 2, it says, by the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day has rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. So, ang Panginoon, kahit siya po ay isang Diyos na siyang naglalang dito sa mundo at sa iyo bilang isang tao, ay nagrest din po siya. At meron din po siyang blines. Ano po yung blines niya? Ang ikapitong araw. Okay, siya po ay sinanctify niya po ang araw na ito. Special creation is the only theory that follows the teaching of scriptures and fits in the scientific evidence that available nowadays. It allows for an involved loving God, and that assurance that God's is the true love. There is a message na binibigay po sa atin. Those who believe in special creation can have confidence that history of human race began in perfect paradise, the Creator, and that it will continue throughout eternity. Okay, makukontinue pa ito at darating ang Panginoon na tayo ay muling kukunin at tayo ay manirahan sa langit na bayan. And according to Psalms chapter 33 verse 6 and 9, it says, by the word of the Lord the heaven were made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. Okay, basahin ko po sa Tagalog. Sabi doon, Sa verse 6, sa pamamagitan ng salita ng Panginoon ay nangyari ang mga langit at lahat ng natanaw noon ay sa pamamagitan ng hininga ng kanyang bibig. And verse 9, for he spoke, it was done. He commanded and stood fast. Okay, basahin ko ulit sa Tagalog. Sabi dito, sapagkat siya'y nagsalita at nangyari, siya'y nagutos at tumayong matatag. At merong Panginoon talagang naglalang sa atin. Mas maganda pong tayo ay maniwala na merong naglalang po sa atin. At least tayo ay naniniwala at meron tayong pag-asa. Okay, meron tayong pag-asa na tayo ay maliligtas someday. Okay, evolution offers continuity to the human race only as long as human being can change. Okay, can change, can survive, can evolve. Yun po ang pinapaniwalaan ng evolution. But creation always remembers that offers eternal life to each individual who believes in the Creator who was willing to die on the cross to His creation. Ang Panginoong na si Hesus Kristo ay namatay nang dahil sa iyo para gusto ko niyang may iligtas. And evolution lift human up and make self, okay, yung self, yung sarili, the most important and promote survival and personal advancement. At ang ginagawa ng mga evolutionists ay pumupunta po sila saan? Sa pinaka-top, gusto nilang makapunta sa top. At ang ginagawa nila, mayroon ng pong mga crab mentality, pinupush na po nila yung mga taong nakakasalumuhan nila in order for them to survive. Okay, but self in creation, it is a good way to turn yourself to God for happiness and eternal meaning. In evolution, each person is small, insignificant life, destined to a short existence in a brutal world. Pero kapag ang tinurn mo ang iyong sarili sa Panginoon, meron kang tinatawag na value ng buhay, na meron nagbibigay sa iyo ng value, kundi ang nagmamahal na ating Panginoon. At nakadistinct ka sa isang forever relationship at makakasama mo siya sa langit na bayan. So, iskan po natin ang ating pinag-usapan ngayong hapon ni ito, the theory of evolution. Ang the theory of evolutions, there are two types of evolutions. What are they? The macroevolution and microevolution. And the second one, the creationism, there are 5 theories of creationism. What are they? Okay. The theory of evolutions is the theistic evolution, and pantheistic evolution, and number 5 is the special creation. So, tayo mamili. Anong mas gusto natin? Ang evolution na mula tayo doon sa unggoy, papunta doon sa human beings, or merong naglalang at merong nagmamahal sa'yo. At yun ang ating papaniwalaan. Kasi mas madaming pag-asa na binibigay ng creationism. So, yon, at magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. At maraming salamat po sa mga nagsubaybay sa hapong ito. Okay, si Aubrey Faith, si Kristan, si Jiro, at si Ina Bravo. So, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at tayo po ay manalangin. Okay, tayo ay manalangin. Panginoong Ama namin nasa langit, maraming salamat Panginoon sa pagkakataong ito na yung binigay sa aming buhay. Alam po namin Panginoon na isa po kaming makasalanan sa mundo Panginoon, pero alam po namin na meron pong nagmamahal na siyang naglalang po sa amin Panginoon. Hindi man po kami perfect bilang isang guro at mga tao dito sa mundong ibabaw na makasalanan Panginoon, pero alam po namin na merong pag-asa na handang aalalay sa amin Panginoon, kundi ikaw Panginoon ang aming pag-asa. Na sana po Panginoon ang mga taong nakikinig dito ay nagbigyan ng linaw, ng kahit kaunting linaw sa kanila Panginoon. Tulungan mo po sila kung ano man po ang kanilang ginagawa, Tulungan mo ang bawat isa sa amin. Bigyan mo po kami ng kalakasan at karunungan. Bigkisin niyo po kami ng pagmamahal at pag-uunawa. Maraming salamat, Panginoon, sa mga lahat-lahat ng inibigay sa amin. Ito po ang hiling sa matamis na ngalan ni Jesus. Okay, maraming salamat po sa lahat.
Look at the world, everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day. Look at the world, so many joys and wonders, so many miracles along our way. Praise thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may sing all the gifts we share and every blessing, all things, all Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Look at the sky, the sunshine and the rain.
Look at the hills, look at the trees and mountains.
Valley and flowing rivers, field and plain. Praise thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may sing all the gifts we share and every blessing, all things, all
Think of the spring, think of the wonderful summer. Bring flowers before the winter's cold. Everything grows, everything has a season, till it is gathered to the Father's fold.
Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may sing all the gifts we share and every blessing, all things.
Ito ang Tinig ng Pag-asa, isang palatuntunang masayang nagsasabing si Kristo'y muling darating. Tiyak na darating at malapit nang dumating. Kaya't kaibigan, pumadakang siya'y sa lubos.